the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It's Saturday, December 30th at 11 a.m. in Atlanta. We've got Ole Miss at 10-2 taking on Penn State at 10-2. Penn State 4.5-point favorites. And for me, guys, this one comes down to which coach can break their big game narrative. Couple stats for you. Lane Kiffin has 2 wins in his entire head coaching career over Power 5 teams that won 9+ games. James Franklin is 12-25 versus top 10 teams. If you want to look at top 10, which Ole Miss, number 11 right there on the fringe in the rankings in this one, 3-17 in his career at Penn State against
top 10 teams. That's a lot of games against top 10.
That is top. The stat on the screen: 12-25 versus top 25. He is 3-17 against top 10. So
okay, cool. I want to make sure I was good. I was like 12-25 against the top 10.
Yeah,
this guy's had some brutal luck.
And no, I don't think anyone could fault him for that if it was top 10. But 3-17 against the top 10, 12-25 against the top 25. This is a classic unstoppable force versus immovable object game. Penn State number 1 in total defense, giving up 223.2 yards per game. Ole Miss number 15 in total offense, 455.4. Where's our leaning in this one, guys?
The last game that we have to really compare what this might look like for Ole Miss is the Georgia game, and they got blown off the ball. I mean, physically, they were decimated by the Bulldogs. Now, I know it was on the road. It was a true home game for Georgia, so it's not apples to apples exactly, but I'm really concerned about Penn State's offense. They've got more opt-outs on the defensive side, like Chop Robinson's not going to play in this game. I'm really concerned about Ole Miss's defense has been much improved this season. Are they elite by any stretch of the imagination? No, not exactly. But you're asking me to pick, do I think Ole Miss scores more times than not against an elite defense, or do I think Penn State's offense scores more times than not against Ole Miss's defense? I think I got to lean the offensive side in this ball game. Ole Miss has some transfers on that side of the ball. Spencer Sanders is academically ineligible. What a disastrous end to his career
at Ole Miss. I mean, no offense to anybody who went to Ole Miss, but
it is fair.
Come on,
that yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, and at best, I think he was getting a certificate. Maybe it was a graduate degree, but I mean,
This isn't necessarily apples to apples, but Mississippi is the 50th ranked state in the union in education. I'm not trying to I'm really not trying to be mean.
What's Oklahoma? Because they might be
not number 50. It shocked me too. I found that out recently. But they're pass a class, Spencer. Come on.
Well, I know it was academic issues that kept him really from staying at Oklahoma State. So anyway, not to bash Spencer Sanders, but
I'm sure that'll look great on an NFL draft interview.
That's right. The Wonderlic test is going to be tough for that.
How'd you get a negative score on the Wonderlic?
Ole Miss. I'll wrap it up. Ole Miss.
Yeah. I'm kind of rocking with Ole Miss as well. I kind of hate it because if you're just asking me, I saw this tweet earlier. It was who would you rather play for, Lane Kiffin or James Franklin? I'm not rather play for James Franklin, but yeah, Lane kind of gets the results, and it hurts me to say it because I don't really like him as a person, but he gets results. He seems to win. He seems to get the most out of his teams, and I know that he hasn't quite reached that top peak in the SEC. I can't really blame him for that. Bama and Georgia are 2 very good football teams, and LSU's been in there as well. So look, Ole Miss is playing the game in the SEC, and they're winning more than they're not winning. I think I'm going to keep rocking with them. I'm going to pick Quinshon Judkins to have a really good game against a good running defense. This is a very good running defense for Penn State, but I still think Quinshon Judkins is the best running back they're going to have played all year. And I'm going to rock with Ole Miss to figure it out on the offensive side, score 28, 31, somewhere in there. And look, I don't think Penn State's offense is scaring anybody. So, Drew Aller and co., they haven't been bad necessarily, but against some of that top competition, they've disappeared. So I'm going to take them to disappear once again in the Peach Bowl against Ole Miss.
I'm going to take Penn State here, and I'm going to put a relatively high amount of confidence points on them. This line is just speaking to me at 4.5 points right now, and I know bowl season. Did that come through?
No, yeah, I'd say what is it saying?
Listen, the line is saying it's bowl season and the lines are made up and the points don't matter.
There
But
we go.
I just don't know. I'm gonna lean where I don't think the line should be that high, and so Vegas must know something. I'm gonna take Penn State to cover and win this game.
Gracious, how about that?